Welcome to my channel and thanks for watching this video. In this video, I'm gonna let you know how you can remove or eliminate ads from your iPhone or iPad using a free app called AdGuard. Let's go to the app. So AdGuard will basically give you two versions. The free version only blocks ads in Safari, but if you pay, you can actually go premium and block ad anywhere in your iOS, in your iPad or iPhone. So the very first thing that you see is an on or off button. If I turn this off, all the filters will be turned off and it will no longer be blocking ads. So I'm gonna turn that back on. Something that I have to mention here is that as soon as you install the app, just because I already installed it, it didn't show me, but as soon as you install the app, it will tell you to go and turn on content blockers in settings under Safari. So let's go and show you what I mean. So you go to settings, then you go to scroll down to Safari, then again you scroll down to where it says content blockers. Then as you can see, all of these are the filters for AdGuard, okay? So I have turned them on. Make sure that you go to settings, Safari, content blockers, and turn anything that you see there on, okay? So let's go back to AdGuard. On top right, you can see there are two rounded arrows. So that is the refresh button. As soon as I click on them, the ads, the filters are going to be updated. Underneath, there are three signs or symbols that you see. The first one is the Safari. If I turn it off, as you can see, this big button also will turn red, which means that it will no longer do the ad blocking. So I'm just going to turn it on. The second one is what I talked about. So it actually tells you to go premium if you want. The premium version works like this. It will, as you can see, it says DNS protection. It gives you DNS protection, security filters, and custom filters, okay? So a DNS server is basically, the name stands for dynamic name server. Basically, whenever you try to access a website online, you the computer works like this. So you have heard about the word IP, Internet Protocol Address. IP is actually a number, usually 3 by 3 by 3, so 9 digits usually. IPv4, I'm talking about the version 4, because the version 6 is different, which is a new version. But anyway, so how computers find each other is by these numbers. But because we are humans and it is very difficult for us to memorize those numbers, we need a translator. We need the computer to translate for us into words. For example, Facebook.com. Facebook.com, whenever you put it into your browser, underneath it is actually an IP address. It has an IP address. So what a DNS server does is actually to translate that name into Facebook. It's to translate the IP into Facebook so that we understand. Also, think of it like, for example, when you ask someone the address of, let's say you want to go to CN Tower. Of course, nowadays you use your Google Maps, but let's say you ask someone where CN Tower is and they tell you. So think of it that way. It's a very, very simple explanation of DNS server, but that is what it's doing. So it will set a DNS server, or let's say set up a DNS server on your iPhone or iPad, and basically your traffic goes through that DNS server, and what it does is that it will monitor the traffic, and as soon as it notices a website is calling for an ad or an app is calling for an ad, it will block it, so you won't see the ads in the apps or in the websites at all. Okay, so that's how it does. But again, if you want to get the DNS server, you have to pay. So let's go see how much is that. So for 1 month it's $129, for 1 year it's $649, and lifetime it's $17.99. Okay, so for me, as I said, for me I mostly use Safari, so I don't want to go premium because it's okay for me to see ads in other apps. But if you want, you can go ahead and buy. For example, this free version of AdGuard will block ads in YouTube if you go to Safari, but if you're using the standalone YouTube app, it won't block the ads there unless you buy the premium. Okay, so let's go back. Okay, the third, if you take a look at the top, so we saw the first two, and this third symbol is their VPN server. Now, what a VPN is, think of it like a tunnel between you and the internet, okay? So it has kind of like three purposes. The first one is anonymity, which will, because your connection to the server, whatever server it is anonymous, it is so difficult for any hacker or anyone to see what you are, to see your traffic. So you remain kind of anonymous, okay? So that's the first thing. The second thing is security. Just because you're anonymous, it's harder to track you. It is possible, but very hard, very hard. Only governments can do. Maybe some of them, not all. So tracking is not possible, so you can, it adds to your security a lot. And the third purpose is in some countries such as China and Iran, where internet is censored, you can bypass that censorship with a VPN. Because, as I said, it creates a tunnel between you and the server. So what you can do is there are some certain websites that are not allowed there, such as Facebook or YouTube or whatever. But if you have a VPN server, you can easily connect to the server and see Facebook through their server. Okay, so that's what it does. You can go ahead and buy it. This is something that they have just added after the latest update. So let me just go ahead and cancel. So this was for the first. If you take a look underneath, actually on the bottom, you can see a ribbon. So the first one is the home page that we saw. The second one is, as I mentioned, so the protection. So it shows the premium. If I turn it on, it will bring me to the same page to buy. Okay, and of course the VPN that I talked about. So here is where you can just go ahead and explore. So let's go to the third tab. The third tab allows you, so what it says is you can see who tries to track you. If you buy their premium or the DNS server, and it will allow you to see like who is tracking you. Lots of great options. You can see, for example, what servers are trying to track your information or get your information. So it's a good thing. Also, you can give it a try for 7 days. It's free. And remember that their VPN is a standalone app, so you have to install that app if you want, but their DNS server is within this AdGuard. Okay, so that's for the third tab. Let's go to settings. Here's where things get interesting. Okay, so the first setting is general. Let's see what it is. The first is theme. You can change the theme to dark or light. I set it just to be the system default. Other settings, auto update over Wi-Fi, which means as soon as it's connected to Wi-Fi and you open up the ad, it will automatically update all the filtered lists. Invert the allow list. Okay, so I have to explain what allow list is. Basically, there are some certain websites that have become so smart and they understand you're using an ad blocker. Usually news agencies are one of them, okay? So they will, as soon as you go to their website, they say, hey, we know that you're using the ad blocker. So if you want to read the article or continue reading the article, for example, you have to disable your ad blocker. So what you can do is to add those websites into your allow list. And your allow list is basically consists of a list that in which all the websites are exempt from being blocked. So the websites that you put in your allow list, the AdGuard will not block ads there, okay? So now what this option says, invert the allow list. This is actually the opposite because it says to invert that, meaning that all of the websites that are listed in your allow list will actually be blocked, but the whole other internet will not be blocked, okay? So this actually is the opposite of the allow list, okay? It inverts the allow list. Advanced mode is something that I highly recommend you not touch it, okay? You can turn it off, but I have turned it on just to show you what it gives you. These are the advanced settings, okay? Show a status bar, yeah, turn this on, it's a good thing. It just shows the filter updates progress bar as soon as they're updating. Debug logs, I don't know what it is. Content blockers, so these are the blockers that I'm using. These are all the blockers that I'm using. Low-level settings. As you can see, it gives you warning not to touch anything because you may break stuff. So, but just so you know what they are, okay? As you can see, for example, here, IPv Server, I saw tunnel. Okay, so let's go back. And so yeah, that was for advanced settings. Now reset statistics. You can reset. The name suggests you can reset everything. Sorry, let me have some water. Okay, so you can reset everything, yeah, and reset settings also will allow you to reset all the settings and put them back to the default, which I don't want to. So let's go back. That was for general, so let's go to Safari protection. Safari protection gives you 3 options. So the first one, so if it is off, then it won't act. As you could see, you can turn this on and off in so many different places. In home, when you're in home, if you click that big button, and it will turn red and it won't block ads anymore. So here also you can do the same. So the very first option that it gives you is filters. Let's go and see, explore. So these are all the filters that come with the free version. The orange ones that you see are off. Sorry, the orange ones, the security and the custom, are the ones that you can go premium and get them, okay? Get them on. So the security, it says allow block phishing sites and other dangerous domains available to premium users. Phishing site is basically a website that tries to copy the first page of famous websites and just do a very, very small change in the address. For example, facebook.com. When you click on that, on a link that's phishing, it will bring you to a website so similar, 100% similar to the login page of Facebook. But if you take a closer look at the address bar, it is, instead of being, for example, FASEBOOK, it is FACEBOOK. It could be FASEBOOK, and you don't pay attention, and you put all of your login information, and the hacker will have all of your passwords and everything. So that's one of the ways of phishing. This thing will protect you if you get. So custom allows you adding third-party filters. So people can make filters and, and you can use them because these filters consists of websites and the addresses that the program will block ads based on them. So basically what it does is it will allow you to use third-party filters as well. So let's go and see the first option, which is ad blocking. So these are the ones that I have turned them on. So for example, AdGuard base filter, let's go. You can get some information apart from turning them on or off. You can see when they were updated, their version. For example, this version is 2.1.69.98. It was updated today, 31st of March, 2021, and you can go to their website, right? You can see that it is recommended by the AdGuard itself. So these are the filters that I have in this section. So the section of privacy, let's go. As you can see, easy privacy, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. You can turn each them on or off if you want. So as simple as that. Fanboys, anti-Facebook list. Okay, you can go and explore for yourself. But make sure that when you go to all of these filters, make sure that the first one, which is for the AdGuard itself, is turned on. Okay, so for example, privacy, AdGuard tracking protection is turned on. Social widgets, AdGuard social media filter. Something such as like buttons on some other websites. Let's say you go to a website and they put the like button If you click the like button, it will bring you to Facebook to like their page. So that's what it does. It will just block those. And remember, the more filters you have, the speedier your experience in browsing is going to be, okay? It will add to your speed, and also a less consumption of internet if you have like limited amount of data. These filters will help you, because each ad that you see in a website, particularly if they are modern ads with, like, I don't know, videos and stuff, take a lot of use a lot of internet in terms of data, okay? So anonymous is so AdGuard anonymous filter. These are the filters that I have turned on. For example, I don't care about cookies. Whenever you go to a website, they say, okay, we have these cookies, do you agree or disagree? By turning this on, it will filter most of those messages, okay? So basically, the name suggests, speaks for itself. Other, let's go to the other, AdGuard DNS filter. It's a good one, you know, bar block. I don't know what it is, but I have turned it on, so. Language specific is the one that I really like, because there are some websites based on your own language that that this thing is going to be very helpful if you can find your own. So these are the languages that you can see. You can find filters based on your own language and turn them on. So even if you go to websites in your own language, you can basically you can actually block ads in those as well. So for example, mine is Persian, so I have decided to turn this on. And you can also go to their website, as you can see, and check them, okay? Check to see who created and what websites are listed in there. So that was for, and you can also change the language of the app as well, okay? You can also change the language. Let's go to settings. When you go to settings, if you scroll down to where it says AdGuard, okay, and here you can see the information, the permissions that you have given. For example, I have turned all the notifications off. But here in language section, if you click, you can see that these are languages, and what this setting does is it will change the settings inside the app to your own language. For example, you can, I don't know, you can choose Spanish, you can choose Turkey, I don't know. So these are the languages that are available for you inside the app, okay? So let's go back. So that was for filters. Now let's go to user rules. Sorry. You can add your own rules here. And user rules means, for example, you go to a website and AdGuard for some reason cannot block ads, okay? Or doesn't consider an element of the website to be an ad. Because you know, every day ad makers become more and more clever. They find ways in order to get around with the ad blocking. So this will allow you to add that specific element to this list, okay? Now let me, for this, to show you, I have to go to Safari. So, okay. Now, for example, I go to a website for downloading like software called soft98.ir, okay? Sorry. As you can see in the middle, there's this animated like element, which I know that this is an ad, okay? So in order for me to block this ad, if I don't want to see this anymore, all I have to do is to touch this share button here underneath. And as you can see here, there's AdGuard. So I touch AdGuard. It gives me a couple of options, and it is there for any website. Okay, it says enable on this page. If I turn this off, it will totally disable ad blocker, like the AdGuard on this page, and it will also add this website to my allow list. So next time if I go to this website, the AdGuard will not block ads anymore. So that was the first option. The second option is block an element on this page. Let's touch this. As soon as you touch this, it gives you this message. It says element blocking. Choose an element on the page to block, okay? And refresh the page to cancel the element blocking. So let's click, choose start. So I said that this middle animation is an ad. So I just touch it, and as you can see, it creates a rectangle border alongside the borders of that that ad, okay? Now underneath, I get a couple of options. The first one is the X. So if I click that, it will actually cancel the operation. The second two, minus and plus, comes in handy when the element is, for example, you choose something, but you see that the element is bigger. So you can change the side, sorry, the border, that green border, you can make it bigger or smaller. In this case, I don't know if it does that. No, it doesn't, because it automatically caught the border of that particular ad that you see above, okay? But there are a couple of ads that their border is invisible, so it doesn't automatically catch. So what you have to do is to just, using this minus and plus, you have to just adjust the rectangle yourself, okay? So third option, the eye symbol, I think it is preview, so if you click, it should show you how it blocks, but anyway, it doesn't show now. I'm not sure why. So let me click on this. Okay. And last option, again, I don't know why it doesn't show the preview anyways. So the last option, if I click on this check mark, it will block the element, so it will no longer show me. And for it to become effective, I have to choose open. It says open in AdGuard. I choose open. You see, the rule has been added to the user rules. You see, it says soft98.ir is the website that we just were visiting. So this basically has added the rule. So from now on, that particular animated ad will no longer be shown in that website. So let's go and refresh. Sorry. You see, it no longer shows that at all, okay? It just removed it. So now, for any reason, if you don't like this, if you just want to turn it back, all you have to do is to go to your ad blocker and to go to your rules under settings, general. So let's go where it was. Let me show you. So now, sorry, under settings, Safari protections, user rules, okay? Here's your rule. You have a couple of options down here. You can export, okay? You can export, and let's see what it does. You can, for example, save it to your files. Let's say, for example, you have created a lot of rules and you want to keep them and bring to your next iPhone or whatever. You can just export them or keep them. Import, okay? You can import, as you can see, if you have any other rules from any other iPhone or from your friend or whatever, you can import their rules here. By clicking or touching edit, it will allow you to add letters, or if you want, so this is for the pros. So if you know how to add an address, this is for you, okay? Or you can clear it and then you can save. So there's also another way for clearing it. You just touch the rule itself, okay? See, it shows you the rule, which is usually the name of the website. It says save, remove, or cancel. If I click, touch remove, it will be removed, which means that I should be seeing that ad again. Let's go and it doesn't show, maybe because I have to restart Safari. So I'm going to restart Safari. Yeah, you see, it shows again. Sorry, let me just have some water. So it again shows that banner, but just because I don't want to see, but again, so this is how you can add or remove rules. So let's go back to the App. So now this was for the user rules. Allow list is the one that I just talked about. Allow list is basically any website that you add here, the ad blocker will not block ads on those websites. Maybe there are some websites that you want to, just go to and they know that you're using ad blockers, so they ask you to put this to your allow list. Some ad blockers call this whitelist. Anyway, it has different names, okay? And as you can see, for me, it's on. Okay, so now let's go and see how it works. Let's go back. Again, I touch this share button. I go to AdGuard. You see, we explored 2 of the 3 options. The first one, enable on this page. So if I choose disable and click done and probably refresh, you can see that it is actually the ad blocking is disabled on this, and you should be able to see it here. I'm not sure why it doesn't show. Yeah, you see, now it shows that soft98.ir is added to my allow list. So whenever I go to Safari and visit this website, ad blocker will not block ads anymore. Okay, so again, you have the same options underneath. You can export or import allow lists. You can also select. Let's go and select this and see what options do we have. So delete is the option, so I can delete it. So now, as you can see, my allow list is empty. So if I go to this website and refresh, all of the ads should be gone. Sometimes it doesn't work, so you have to actually restart Safari. Okay, make sure by restarting Safari. Yeah, now it's, you see, the ad blocking is. Oh, I forgot. As you remember, we just removed this banner from my filtered list. So let me just go ahead and add this banner. Yeah. Block an element, start, plus, open. See, it's added. So let's go back. See, it's gone. The banner is gone. Okay. So let's go back to. Okay, so we explored this section as well. Safari protection, DNS protection, which again you have to buy. Support. Here are the supports that you have. Watch video tutorials, report incorrect blocking. If you go to a website that you consider something an element that is blocked by mistake, you can tell them. Leave feedback, discuss, rate the app, and explore logs. Okay, this is for the pros. Okay, I don't know what it is, but it's for the pros. Okay, export logs, sorry. So we're not going to touch it. License and about. So this is all the information, the latest version. Okay, if you have an account with them, you can log in easily. So let's go to a license and see what it is. Yeah, here's where you can buy your license. Okay, so that's pretty much it. But let me just go ahead and show you one other thing. Let's go to Safari. So I'm gonna touch that share button again. So I'm gonna go to AdGuard. So we explored two of the options. The first one, enable it on this page, or disable, block an element, report an issue on this page. So let's go and see what it is. Okay, you can see that you can tell them, for example, if there's an element or something that isn't blockable, you can just tell them as easy as that, okay? So it already chose the version and everything. So click on next, select the problem type. Website or app doesn't work properly with enabled AdGuard. AdGuard gets detected on a website. So this is, for example, something that I have noticed. Again, I have to mention here that AdGuard works 98% of the times because developers are becoming more and more clever. So they have found ways around ad blocking. So you can just, if you go to a website that you see ads, you can just tell AdGuard by this, okay? So please check AdGuard for filter updates. So any previous... the issue persists. Yes. Please enable anonymous filter. Does this? Yes. Please make sure that protection is turned on. Yes, all of them are turned on. Please include below name of other extensions or antivirus that you're using. Not any. Next. HTTPS, you see that it pre-populates the name of the website, Safari, and the browser that I'm using. Next. Okay. What does it says? What filters do you have enabled? So these are the filters that I have. Do you use DNS filtering? No. Next. Oh, it says hide or blur your private information. So here's the email address. You can just, if you want, you can just tell them, for example, your email address so that you, if you have, oh, sorry, no, let me see what it says. Mindful requirement. If it is unclear from the screenshot what the problem is, highlight it and then, okay. So you can add a screenshot of the problem that you see, okay? Basically what it is. Let's say soft 98. So I just want to say add. You have entered an invalid. So this is actually asking for a screenshot, okay? This is asking for a screenshot. I don't have one. But basically that's what it does. So you get a screenshot and you can just go, and it will, in the next steps, it will ask you for your email if you want to get notified. And that's how you can just communicate with them and tell them about the problem, okay? So that pretty much wraps it up. I hope it was useful to you. This app, as I said, if you go to some apps that you see ads on, you have to go premium, okay? So thank you so much for viewing this video, and I hope it was useful to you.